comedian Kathy Griffin. You might remember her from, that time she posed with a bloodied replica of Trump's decapitated head. That was last week. She's since copped backlash, apologised on socials, copped more backlash, apologised in real life, got fired from a decade-long CNN gig, lost a bunch of stand-up sets and was disendorsed by Squatty Potty.
And when something called Squatty Potty no longer wants to be associated with you, you done gone messed up.
Oh, Squatty Potty.
Her supposed crime? Threatening the president, to the point where the president's 11-year-old son mistook the oddly stained hot mess of a head for his actual father. Griffin concedes.
The image is too disturbing.
But she says so was the reaction.
A sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady are I feel personally, trying to ruin my life forever.
Not entirely sure how, but for starters, she is under a Secret Service investigation because there's a federal law re threats knowingly and willfully made against the president, including threats to take the life of, kidnap or to inflict bodily harm.
Question is, did she break said law or are her actions protected speech?
I don't know.
But I'm leaning towards the latter because the president has been threatened by celebrities before.
Celebs like this guy who, when talking about the presidential election, said,
"We are Braveheart. We need to ride into that battlefield and chop their heads off in November."
Chop their heads off?
Any questions?
A few, yeah. Namely, how is it that you got invited to the White House after those comments?
As part of the worst threesome since MJ's nephew's boy band, Ted Nugent was invited to the Oval Office. Probs because the
Chop their heads off?
comment was directed at the other president in 2012. Nugent ended up under federal investigation for that comment too, by the way. So did Madonna for this.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
And so did this guy in 2003 for drawing an image that showed a man pointing a gun at President Bush. You see, penchants for prodding presidents goes back as far as Groucho Marx, who in 1971 flagrantly told a magazine,
"I think the only hope this country has is Nixon's assassination."
And that was before Watergate.
And as much as Griffin has detractors, she's managed to nab some real support from fake Trump. Alec Baldwin tweeting,
"No one believes you meant to threaten Trump. Trump is such a senile idiot. All he has is Twitter fights. Ignore him. Like all the leaders of the other countries in the world, ignore him."
If only she could.
I'm gonna get arrested today. I don't know. But I have to stand up.